yes, I do have Infinity Gauntlet. Okay, I thought I would tag this on to the beginning of my video because I just got back and I'm gonna, at the end of the video, tell my thoughts about how the Tortuga Setout 35 liter was after my trip, after I used it. So watch this unboxing, watch my comparison as I go through the thought process of how I chose the Tortuga Setout 35 liter. And then at the end, I tell you how it went. Did I like it? Did I like it? Watch and see. All right, so I have a new box to open. It's so fun opening boxes. Even though it's stuff I bought for myself, it's still fun. Still a present from me to me. So, last video, I unpacked the Tortuga Setout divide and put my stuff into the Cotopaxi Allpa. I liked it, except this zipper was hard to do. This zipper. When I put a laptop in there, it was hard to zip. It's the only thing I didn't like about it. I like the size, I like the fit and finish, I like the color. It's a pretty handsome looking bag. Not too outdoorsy, but not too techy. I think it fits a good middle ground. So all of this stuff came out of my normal spinner carry-on. So anything that I take in here, I wanted to fit in my backpack because I'm going to a place where the spinner will not go. So, up to speed. Now, so when I took all that stuff and put it in here, it was tight. So, I was like, I need something bigger. That's where this comes in. This is the Tortuga Setout regular. It's not the divide. The divide is expandable from 24 to 34 liters. The regular Setout is just 35 liters. I got the women version. I'm not sure exactly if it'll fit me or not. I think it'll be fine. But they did say that there's a little bit of difference in the straps here. There's a little difference in the straps. So we'll see. So, to comparison of these two, taller, slightly wider. All right, so here we go. This got to me in 2 days. Clean that up later. All right, so this is the Tortuga Setout 35 liter women's version. Different material than the Setout divide, different. This is not as soft feeling. Already I can tell, not quite as soft. A little more just regular denier type of nylon. Got a nice padded handle here and another hanging handle here. It's got adjusters here, which are great. Different straps here. So the Setout divide has somewhat airier see-through straps with holes here. This does not. There's no holes. I haven't tried it on yet. I don't know how comfortable it is. These were comfortable. This feels a little even softer than this. Hip pads feel the same. Pretty much look the same. This one's slightly taller. I think they're the similar width. Got a side pouch here for a water bottle that zips closer, zips closed. Side handle here, side handle here. This water bottle pocket does not have a zipper on it. It's just open, and it's kind of like almost like a neoprene spandexy material here. It's a little bit stretchy. Both have like a plastic insert in the back to give some support. I like this material better. A little bit softer. I like the gray color. I like it a little better. Not bad. Totally different than this. This is like rubberized. Front pouch. Shallow pouch, just like the Setout Divide. A little front pouch for quick access to, like, I would say keys or something like that. Maybe phones. Little tab here. So here, the compression straps don't bother, don't interfere with the zipper. Compression straps do not interfere with the zipper. You can unbuckle them on the setback divide so you can expand and contract it, but this one doesn't need to do that. Let's see, we'll open it here. Front. Similar to the Divide, has this front pouch here with divider pockets and a zipper compartment here. Pretty shallow, it goes halfway down maybe. The front part goes all the way down here. This one, I don't recall. Let's see. Very similar, same kind of thing. All right, so I like the Tortuga zippers a lot. They flow, they're easy to zip. I like the pulls. They say they have a little Tortuga on them. They're lockable. Open this is the main compartment. Right away, this is a little deeper than the Divide's compartment was, but the front, this part's not expandable, so there's no real depth to this. So I'm curious to see if this is still going to hold much more than the Divide did. But this is definitely deeper here. I'll show ya. I'll show ya. Someone's out there going, let me see, let me compare, let me see. So I'll just show you. See, the compression straps stop you from opening it. And that's a little bit annoying. Actually, don't love that. It's quick to undo, but still don't like it very much. So there's the thickness difference there. See that? It's almost double the height. And then this has more depth to it here than this does. Strap here, this has no compression straps here. All right, that's the main compartment. Back compartment here for laptop next to your back, which is great. Deep laptop pouch. I personally, like I've mentioned before, I travel with this plus my personal item, which is a backpack that I put my laptop, iPad, electronics, headphones, chargers, etc. So I don't need this to hold my laptop really. It'd be nice, maybe sometimes I'll use it, but I think for the most part, I do not need that. So I could put other stuff in here, other flat stuff. That's what it looks like. See? Here. Pretty neat. More like a suitcase, more like my suitcase, which is what I was looking for. This has two compartments here, a little zippy. All right. And that's it. I mean, we'll see the front straps and the hips when I try it on. Let's load her up. Cotopaxi. Time to undo the Cotopaxi. See, the zippers are harder. I have to put more effort into them. Okay. Let's load it up. I do like this side access that the Cotopaxi has. You can get into the main compartment from this side pouch too, which goes all the way into the main compartment. Okay. Pretty cool. All right, that's everything. It says 190 bucks. I thought I paid 200. Okay, so packs down. I like to cinch things tight, get me more compact, closer to the body, better center of balance that way. Shift all the way closer to your center of balance and your core, your strength. All right. Don't need anything in here right now, but it's nice and loose. I could easily put stuff in here. See, there's plenty of room. Versus this guy was pretty tight. Pretty tight. But also still put stuff in the back here. Pretty loose. That means I could put another pair of shoes if I want to. But that's the danger, right? You have more room, so you pack more, and then you make your bag heavier, and yeah, trade-offs there. Anyway, this looks nice, sleek. Nice and sleek. Not a lot of stuff to get hung up on when you're walking. Has a couple little attachment points, maybe just one. Still have enough room if I wanted to, or if I had to pack some other stuff. Let's try it on. Feels pretty good. I always have to make these as small as possible. Pretty skinny. Ooh, it sits high on me. My hips are right here. My hips are right here. The belt is here. And if there's a way to make them lower. A little bit lower. That's probably low enough. But now it's sitting pulling back, so I should just adjust these here. Look at how high this, so the sternum thing's way up here. As far forward as it goes. I don't know if you can lower this or not. I'll have to take it off and look. Yeah, there we go. I'm sure they made it higher because it's more comfortable for women to have it maybe above the breasts. I laughed, yes, because I said breasts. So with my divide video, it felt like it was pulling me backwards a little bit. There was a little pull back. I don't have that with this. Feels good. Walk around a little bit. A little snugger even. pouches are still usable. They don't get tight. When you tighten this, it doesn't make these pockets tight, which is good. Good thinking, Tortuga. Because what other pack did I have? Oh, this pack. It's not usable. You can't put anything in there. When you make it tight, this is snug. I could put a key in there, maybe. One key. Why would I need a key? I don't know how much I would use these anyway, but at least they are somewhat usable because there's room in there. I think I have a relatively short torso. I'm 5'8". I think my torso is relatively short, but I feel like this is still maybe a little short for me because it barely is going on with my hips where I want them to be. I really want these pads to be right in the middle of my hip bone coming out here, the anterior superior iliac spine. I want the pads to be right in the middle there, and it's not on this. They're slightly high. Still comfortable, but I feel like it wasn't engineered for that. It wasn't, and maybe it's because I'm a guy. It's not engineered exactly to fit me. This hit the right spot better, and so did the divide. So, for whatever that's worth. They did make some changes for females. It is different. And I'm not sure if that's what I would want. The hip belt does take it on with Velcro, but you can't adjust this height of them. The height is stuck, and so the height of these straps is stuck. So that's not adjustable. I don't know, where would you put the hip belt? If you take the hip belt off, where are you putting it? Where are you putting it? Where do you put it? Set out, divide. It's the same. The set out divide also had this pass through to put in your rollover. No, does not have. So this is kind of cool because it can go on top of luggage if you wanted to. I think the point of it was not to have to do that, but you can if you want to. The point of taking this is so I don't have a suitcase that's rolling around to need to do that. Cotopaxi doesn't have it either. Cotopaxi does not have it either. So, what I'm left with is, this feels okay. I'm gonna keep trying it out for a few more days, see how I like it like this packed. I'm gonna keep trying out this, the Cotopaxi 2. I'm gonna figure out why the zipper doesn't work well on the laptop compartment. All right, I was just trying to figure out why this thing wasn't smoothly running, right? And it's because I feel like this wasn't sewn straight and smooth. See, it's wavy, it undulates, and it makes it so it doesn't. It's a little bit hard. And if it was totally straight, that wouldn't be an issue. But see, I can't even do it with one hand. It's not a total deal breaker, but I don't like that. And kind of go from there. I have to cross out the divide because it's just a little too small. Just a little too small. If it was slightly bigger, I think I would have a winner. But when it's fully packed, it pulls backwards a little bit, and it is so tight with all this stuff in there that you can't fit anything. What if I buy a souvenir? I don't usually buy souvenirs, but what if I did? Couldn't get it in there. I think I'll have to keep trying it out a few more days. I haven't found a clear winner yet. I want to show the differences of the straps and their location from the divide, this side, to the set out on this side. So the set out is a 35-liter version, and it's supposed to be adjusted for a woman. And here are the differences of how they've attached it. So this is here. On the men's, the shoulder strap is attached way higher. Can you see that? It's higher. It's a good 1.5 inches higher, and the straps are way longer. Look at how long this strap is. Versus the female. Come along, hobbitses. Hobbitses. This is so short. Look at how short it is. So that's why when I'm wearing it, I feel like it's really short. I have to, look at all this slack I had to let out to make it fit correctly on me, versus this was still adjusted for me. Look at how short that is right here. So that's a big difference right there. And I gotta say, I like this the way this felt. It felt more natural. Where the hip hits on my hip is better than on this female version here. Okay, I was recording, stupid camera stopped, no notice, just stopped recording. I was talking about how this bag wasn't fitting well, or wasn't feeling as great. So I packed up all of these with the same weight, walked around with them, and I wanted to love the Cotopaxi so much because I love the color, I love the colorway, I love the llama, love the blue, love the gray, and walked around with it so long and jumped around in it, and these straps here, like I was saying, are just too thin. It wasn't as comfortable. Not as comfortable as these guys. Plus, the zipper here, it's a little harder to open and close. You have to often use two hands. Not always, but sometimes you're here and you'll stick. And then you have to get your other hand over and grab it. I don't want that. I want super easy zippers. Tortuga zippers, like, they feel like they're greased or oiled in comparison. They just slide open and close, like, bam. So, I like their zippers way better. And, turns out, they're more comfortable for me. Both of these were more comfortable for me after walking around for 1.5 to 2 hours. The hip belts, some reviews have said that they're too robust or too big or whatever. I like it. They work. This is what I want. When I'm walking for 2 hours in the heat of the jungle, walking up steps and down stones and all of that, I'm going to want the weight distributed and comfortable on my hips. This Cotopaxi didn't do it. It didn't do it for me. I wanted it to. I really like it. I like how it looks. So, it was between these two, once again. They're same price. And this is expandable, and I love that, and I could almost use this as a daily carry if I want to when it's squunched down. And I'm almost talking myself out of it right now, but it just needs a little bit more room, so I could put an extra pair of shoes if I wanted. I can't fit it in there. It's really snug right now, and it's so stuffed that it looks a little ridiculous. Like, people will be like wanting to stop me at the gate just because it looks so overstuffed. So this one was not. It had plenty of room in there. It looks nice and sleek. And I was feeling down about these straps because I felt like it was ergonomically just like that much off. But I'm realizing I am not growing anymore. I'm the same size I'm going to be. And this fits. It's very comfortable when I took it out and walked around with it. And I had no problems. Weight was great on my hips, wasn't pulling back, had plenty of extra room if I do want to take something else as a souvenir home, and love the fit and finish. They did a really good job on this bag. I don't need all the bells and whistles of some of the other products out there, like the Peak or the Tortuga, what's it called? Outbreaker? Tortuga Outbreaker, or like, for example, the Peak or the Air. All of those are great. The reviews are fantastic on those, but they were a little bit over-engineered for what I need. I just need space. Like my spinner suitcase, I just needed it on my bag, on my back. The eBags Motherload I didn't even look at because a lot of the reviews said it was a little cheap, so I skipped that. And so I'm happy with my choice. I might come back and say, here's a review after I used it. It sucked for XYZ. But until that happens, this is my bag. If it does happen, cool, because that means I get to go buy some more bags and search again and review some more, and that's fun for me. Some people have that problem. I like bags. Actually, I had a lot more bags back in the day, and one of my exes, she saw all the bags and she's like, "Why do you have all these? They're so redundant." And I didn't have a great answer, so I got rid of them a lot. I got rid of a lot of them. And that's okay. I'm single now, so now I can stack bags again. Stacking bags, baby. So, thanks for watching. I might come back with another review that says I'm looking for more, or I might look for something else like a sling bag or everyday, or packable bag. But until then, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like, and have a great day. See ya. Back from my trip where I used my Tortuga Setout 35L ladies version, and it was great. I thought I would recap because I'm tagging this little portion here onto the review process that I went through before my trip. So thought it would make sense now that I come back and used it and I hadn't posted the review up yet, maybe just add this last little blurb in to say what I thought after real world use. And I'll put some of the, maybe I'll sprinkle some of the video in there too. I'm going to do actual vlog of my actual trip too. So I have some footage of me like walking around with it. Anyway, I walked like, I don't know how many hours in this thing, 6 hours or something a day, something like that. Maybe 5 hours a day. Super hot, super humid, up and down rocks, slipping through sand. I also rode a horse for 2 hours. We were galloping, we're trotting. No problem with this backpack. Super comfortable, rock steady. I had it packed pretty heavy, like maybe 30 pounds, something like that. I had two friends that kind of laughed. It was a male-female pair, and they packed one like school backpack basically for their stuff for the 4.5 days we were gone, and I had this whole thing packed for me just for one person. I did have my 360 camera stuff in there, and I packed a sleep sheet, a towel, 2 towels I think, no, one towel. So I had slightly more stuff than they did. 360 camera didn't work. Don't want to talk about it. It got overheated or something. Didn't work, and I forgot the connection that connected to the selfie stick. It was a mess. Don't want to talk about it. So back to the Tortuga. I think it was well worth the money because, like I said, if you ask them for a coupon, if you're in the military or education, they give you 20% off. And I think it ended up being like $150 for this thing. Ridiculous. The quality is amazing. It's great. Like I said, it was super comfortable. I was worried initially because I thought these straps were a little bit too short here. If I was growing still, I would have worried about it more, but I'm not, and it fits. Super comfortable for me. I am 5'8", 150 pounds, pretty skinny. I think my waist size is like 20. I wear 29 pair of pants, something like that, just so you can get an idea of how this is fitting on me. Like so. Would I choose something else? At this point, no. I'm really glad I chose this. I'm glad the Cotopaxi, the hip belt wasn't as nice, and the Tortuga Setout Divide, I think would have been too packed. I managed to get everything in here, plus have a little to spare. So I brought some coffee back and stuff too. So that fit nicely in here. 3 bags of coffee, actually. So, highly recommend it. Really good value for the money. Nice quality. I don't think there's a mark on the thing. And it was bomb. It only makes me like, I mean, I like doing reviews. I still want to check out new bags. So now I have to think, okay, now I have this all-in-one carry-on. Now I can think, maybe I replace my everyday backpack, my everyday carry backpack, or my carry-on backpack, because those, well, I could replace them. I don't really need to. Hold on. Currently, this is my everyday carry backpack. It's a Patagonia, I don't know, oh, the Refugio 28 liter. I kind of like it. It's not amazing. It's not really flattering. It's not super comfortable. I think it's probably one of their cheaper bags. And then this is my carry-on. So this is what I was doing. I would do this onto the plane. This goes in the overhead. This goes under my seat. This is big, so I could probably get something smaller than this. Although this has been great, I have to admit. I can't find it anymore. But it has 2 compartments here and here. This opens up pretty big. Like this front one opens like clamshell, and then has a protective pocket here. And it's cool. I get a lot of cool comments about, hey, nice backpack. And I like that. What else do I like about it? I like 2 big compartments, and I know where everything is. It gives me a nice organizational structure. The only thing it sucks is getting a hole. It's getting a hole right there. See? Right there. So, I'm on the hunt for a new personal item carry-on backpack. That gives me joy. Spark joy. All right. I will see you next time then. I think next post will be a wrap-up post of my trip, the review of my actual trip that went to Tayrona, Parque Tayrona, and Santa Marta, and Minca in Colombia. A bit more off the beaten track, a little bit. Still backpacker type stuff. Anyway, hope you like it, and I hope you like the review of this too. So I like, boop.